Game of Thrones probably isn't the first place you'd look for entrepreneurial advice, but look closer and you'll see a bloody massive treasure trove of insider tips for those looking to build a thriving business. Even if you didn't dive headfirst into the cultural phenomenon that is Game of Thrones, you can reap the financial rewards of what the show teaches. Here are 7 of the most poignant points from the Game of Thrones.
Point 1. Hold nothing sacred but the mission.
Game of Thrones' 8 seasons viewers had their hearts broken as favorite characters were knocked off time and again. Yet those changes helped define the show and made the audience even more invested. You should look at your business the same way. If anything is underperforming, an offer, a product, even a team member, you either need to transform it into something greater or let it die. And yes, this includes you. If you're placing roadblocks in your business's growth, evolve or get out of the way. Your mission demands it, and your business is bigger than you. You're here to serve others. Do it better, or let others do it in your place. Point number 2, don't be saddled with debt. It's commonplace for entrepreneurs to borrow money to get their company started. If this is you, you better pay your debts as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll be owned by lenders and ruled by stress and unrest. Of course, my preference is to self-fund and to avoid this situation entirely. Game of Thrones' Iron Bank took no debt lightly, and not paying was never an option. Real-life lenders are just as cutthroat. Even if they start as friends and family, the reality is that it only takes one bad month for them for the lender-borrower relationship to turn ugly. Avoid debt, and if you do take on some debt, pay it back as soon as you can. Because when winter comes and you're already struggling with debt, you don't find a way to fight off the collectors, you die. Point number 3. Hard times are always coming. No matter what season your business is in now, winters is always a season away. When it arrives, you'll need resources to stay warm and gain strength. Be smart and stock up now. Cultivate more leads, more community goodwill, more repeat customers. That way, when hard financial times arise and the competition is falling away, you'll make it through. As the Stark family says, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Point number 4. When it's dog eat dog, don't be at the table. Want a surefire way to kill your competition without suffering even a scratch? Stay out of the way when the fighting starts. While your competition is off bloodying one another, work on your own problems the way Cersei allowed her enemies to fight the White Walkers alone. You can always amplify your wealth-making prowess by avoiding crowded markets, or else pivoting to them if you're already in a crowded one. Find a niche that needs filling and fill it to perfection. There may be 1 million real estate pros out there, but is there one go-to guy in your nearest upscale neighborhood? The market is there. You just have to recognize it and give the audience a direct message they appreciate. Point number 5. Keep an open mind about your enemies. Being afraid of business rivals will result in bad decisions. You can't focus on growing your business if you're only ever scrambling to protect it. Rather than fearing your enemies, keep an open mind about them, because who knows what will happen. One day, you may have a chance to join forces with your enemies and force something even greater. Just think of all the times alliances switched on Game of Thrones, and how the more flexible players are usually the longest living. Point number 6. Common vision trumps skill. Everyone wants to hire the best people, but sometimes the most skilled people aren't the best people. I find it's better to bring on people with a shared love for your vision. Even if they are not as skilled as someone else out there, their passion can be directed. When everyone in the company is excited about a single vision, You'll go further than with a group of immensely talented people who have their own idea of what success looks like. Point number 7. Power isn't always wielded in hand. The greatest strength of a company isn't in its products or its market share. It's in the minds of the people in charge. This means you can never count a competitor out. No matter how small or insignificant that other business may be, never take that company for granted. All it takes is one idea that they work harder to implement and you could be chasing them.